So students, the plants in which their stem is weak, in that plants their stem is modified to provide support also, right? So how it can provide support? Runners means the stem is running below the ground, okay, that plants are called runners. Now in some plants the one branch of the stem comes out of the surface and becomes forms arc like structure, that plants are called stolon, okay, that modification is of a stem is called stolon. Now in some like offset, these stems are called offsets, and in some climbers, okay. The one example of climbers we have seen here. In case of grapes in gourd, the wire like structures coil around a support, climb on a support and provide support to the whole plant. So because they are climbing on an object, that's why they are called climbers. This type of plants or stems are called climbers, okay. So the plants in which their stem is weak, they are modified to provide support. Let's start. First, runners. Runners are those plants, students, in which their stem runs below the ground, okay. You can see, for example, in grass, okay, in grass, can you see the stem of grass? No. What you observe above the surface, above the soil, what you observe? You observe only the green leaves of the grass, right? But have you ever thought that where is their stem? Their stem is below the ground, okay. Their stem is below the ground and it runs parallel to the ground, okay. For example, if this is the soil surface, okay, so their stem grows horizontally parallel to the soil surface, and below the ground it grows, and at every node, okay, at every node, because the stem is growing below the soil surface and horizontally parallel to the ground horizontally, okay. So obviously the stem will have nodes. Now at each node the leaves comes out of the surface, and below the ground the roots grows, okay. From each node the leaves also grows above the surface and roots also grows below the surface, okay, means downwards root grows. So this type of stem or this type of plant is called runner. What it is called? Runner, because the stem runs just parallel to the ground, okay, that's why it is called runner, the first one. Now the second is stolen. Stolen in case of, for example, strawberry, okay. Strawberry, in strawberry what happens? Suppose this is a soil surface, okay, this is the soil surface. Now what happens? This is the stem of the strawberry plant, okay. Now one branch of this stem will bend like and form like arc like a structure. So one branch of the stem will become rounded, will bend and form an arc like structure, okay. And now from this arc, at every node the leaves grows above the surface and roots grows below the surface, okay. So what happens in a stolon? One branch of the stem bend and form arc like structure. Now from this arc, at every node the leaves and the roots grows. Root grows downwards and leaves grows upwards. So this type of stem is called stolon. The example is strawberry, okay, strawberry. And the example of runner is grasses, right? Now the third is offset. Third type of stem is offset. Offset generally found in aquatic plants, okay, the plants which are found in water. So students, what happens in this type of stem? In this type of plants, suppose this is the water surface, okay, so their stem will grow parallel to the surface of water, okay. What is this? This is the stem, okay. It grows parallel to the surface of water, because this offset is found in aquatic plants, the plants which are found in water. So their stem grows parallel to the water surface, and now at each node a tuft of leaves comes out. Tuft means a bunch of leaves comes out of the water, out of the surface of water, and a bunch of roots grows downwards below the surface of water. Okay, the shoot or the stem grows parallel to the surface of water. A bunch of, at every node, what is this? This is node. Okay, at every node a bunch of leaves comes out of the water, and a bunch of roots grows below the water, below the surface of water. Okay, this is called offset. This is called offset. And now one more thing, in this stem, in this type of stems, there are large air spaces, beta. Okay, empty spaces are also found in which air is filled. So what will happen? These empty spaces in which air is filled are called air spaces. Okay, so what is the function of these air spaces? This air spaces makes them float in water. Okay, because of this air spaces, these plants can float in water easily. For example, like the water is the air is filled in balloon. Okay, so what will happen? The balloon will become light in weight due to this air. So in same way, this stem will become light in weight due to this air spaces, and it can easily float in water. The examples of this offset is water hyacinth and lettuce. Okay, you can see water hyacinth, lettuce, these are the plants, aquatic plants, in which this type of stem is found. Okay, because the stem is weak, so it cannot grow vertically. Okay, it cannot grow vertically straight, so it grows parallel to the water surface. In same way, the one branch makes arc like structure and then grows above the ground. And in same way, in this also, the branch, because the stem is weak, so it grows parallel to the ground, just below the ground. Okay, so these are the modifications of weak stem. And the fourth one is climber. The fourth one is climber. About climber, we have studied very well in case of grapes and gourd. Okay, their stem is also a climber. Okay, because in these stems, what happen? Their stems climb or coil around a support to around an object to provide them support. For example, money plant, morning glory. Okay, and grapes and gourd, they are also climbers, but their stem is called stem tendril. Because the upper branches forms wire like structures, so they are called stem tendril, and they also provide support by climbing on a object, coiling around a object. Okay, so this was all about modification of stem. Now on next turn we will start leaf. Thank you.